Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Semi-original guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advance Wars by Web, bringing you a brand new matchup today. Today, we have an electrifying battle for supremacy of the Advance Wars by Web standard ladder. Currently, the #1 player, Poland, faces off against the formidable #2 contender, the Red James 5. Known for their impeccable strategies and razor-sharp tactical prowess, Poland has held the #1 spot for quite some time now, showcasing a mastery of unit coordination and long-term planning. Meanwhile, the Red James 5 has been a relentless force climbing the ranks with bold plays and adaptive strategies, leaving opponents in the dust. This Clash of Titans promises to be a spectacle of high-level decision-making and mind games, as the two top contenders in the standard ladder battle for the ultimate bragging rights to be the #1 player in the standard ladder. The stakes are high, folks, and the competition is fierce, but only one of these two players can come out on top. Like I said, we have Poland and we have the Red James 5. Two fantastic players when it comes to Advance Wars by Web. I've seen these guys tons and tons in the live league, but now we are in the global league and they are fighting for that #1 position. Now we are on from Wharfs to Wilds. Like I said, this is a standard matchup. This is base light with comm tower, airport, and a random port up in the corner over here. Now, there's a lot of different strategies you can use for this map. It is base light, so your units are going to be limited to where they can go, where they can fight, and where they have to defend. Now, we also have ourselves a Javier Mir. So Javier, as a day-to-day ability, will get plus 20% defense against indirect units. Every single comm tower he captures will give him plus 10% firepower and plus 10% defense. His normal co-power tower shield will double the effects of comm towers, and the super co-power will triple the effects of comm towers. So he can be one mean CO when it comes to standard play. Now, this is going to be a good one, folks. From Wharfs to Wilds is a great map. I've seen many games played out on this map, and every single one is slightly different, but it all comes down to positioning. This is a positioning is key match right here. And with two very powerful players, I'm sure we are going to be seeing some very interesting stuff here, folks. So strap in and let's get into this one. So on the first few days, folks, you guys and girls know the deal. It is always the standard infantry builds, because you gotta get the infantry on the field. #1 priority in Advance Wars by Web. The #2 priority in Advance Wars by Web is getting that flippin' comm tower when you're playing as Javier. Otherwise, you are a tier 4 CO. Javier is basically nothing without that comm tower. It makes it so his powers do basically nothing. You'll get the plus 10% offense and defense boost, but that is it, folks. Javier needs a comm tower in order to be the special little guy that he is, folks. Alright, so we can see Red James already doing a very nice strategy here. Now, I see lots of people pushing mid. I'm sort of a mid-pushing guy on this map, but I've seen a lot of top-level play go for the sides first, which I'm starting to think might be a little bit better of a strategy. So we're going to see what happens with this one, but it does look like Red James is going to be going for that airport, probably swing to port, and then do this chain right here. So you can go airport, port, city, 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 and get all these properties. Now, there's a lot of money centered around those corners. That's a full like 5,000 funds in the corners, so they are very important to get. So Poland, exact same strategy, folks. He's going over here, going to be grabbing those properties as well. The only difference is because he's player 2, he does have that extra infantry, so he's able to send an infantry to the center also a little bit quicker. So very nice. Both players are also going for this property skip to grab this very contested city by the mountains here, which I think is a great idea. You do want to be grabbing that city. It is very difficult to grab it later on once the combat starts up. So very nice that we're getting that right now. Neither player has actually captured their comm tower yet, which is perfectly fine considering that we are not actually going to be seeing any combat for a little while, but we do want to be getting it around this time. So day 5, both players will have it by day 6. We definitely need that comm tower. Now Poland will have the comm tower 1 day quicker. Okay, so Red James is actually not going for the comm tower yet. Very interesting indeed. Now, is there really a reason for it? Perhaps. Now, Poland has a little bit more presence in the center here, so I think what Red James is thinking is he needs to get down here and needs to secure this area before he can capture the comm tower, because if he wastes an infantry capturing the comm tower, he's not going to have any presence in the middle. Poland is going to be able to build up a large presence in the middle and then be able to swing his army on either side, forcing Red James into a fight that he doesn't want to do. Like I said, this map is all about positioning, so you got to make sure that you dictate where the fight happens. Poland busting out the tank over here on day 5. Very nice. Standard tank builds. You love to see it, folks. Alright, Red James. We are capping some properties. Now we are going for that comm tower. There we go. Now, Red James is going to be a little bit behind here. So he's not going to be able to capture this property without some sort of major resistance. So we have an easy interrupt with an infantry. We could potentially bring this infantry up, and then we have 2 interrupts right here. Or we could bring tank up and possibly go for that sort of an interrupt as well. Now, if you bring a tank up, you're going to be running into a problem because you're going to be fighting into Black Hole's tanks up here. So maybe we don't want to do that, but we definitely want to have the presence up there. That is priority number 3 in Advanced Wars by Web, is making sure you got presence around that map, folks. Okay, day 7. Here we go. Red James. So yeah, we are going for these properties. Both players have grabbed this property, and now we're going for these properties right here. So we might not see this property grabbed for a little while, but I can definitely see this property here and maybe even this property here grabbed on either side of the map here from those players. So let's see. Okay, so we're not going to go for the more contested property. We're going to grab the safe property. Busting out the battlecopter, folks. Air units, incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful, especially on base light. You want to be getting those air units on the field, folks. Number 4 priority in Advanced Wars by Web is busting out the flipping battlecopters as quickly as you can. You got to get them on the field. Alright, now battlecopters on this map are especially good because of the amount of terrain that's here. So battlecopter can go down, force anti-air to come up on either this side or this side, but depending on where the anti-air goes, you can just easily swing the battlecopter in another direction and start a fight somewhere else. Alright, old Ready Boy is going for a triple cap and threatening to flip one of Poland's cities. And it's not even a threat of a flip, it is a flip. It is a flip and a half, folks, because this cannot be stopped by this infantry now because of that battlecopter placement. Very nice indeed. Now, Poland will be able to start a flip on this property as well, but it is interruptible by this infantry. We can't get a full KO on the infantry. If Poland decides to bring the tank over here and attack, there is actually the possibility that the tank could get trapped as well, because we have infantry, infantry, infantry right here. Now, the real question is whether or not you want to delay your captures in order to get that tank. That's the big question here, folks. So we shall see. Alright, we're going for that property. Going for this property over here. I'm going to be running into the corners, and we are going to go for the attack. Alright. Very, very nice attack. Getting real bold over here, too, as we go up and try to capture the Red James property over here in the middle. Blocking with an infantry, so we only have 1 line of attack right here, and bringing the tank up for extra support. Double tank purchase over here on day 9. 13,000 funds in the bank from Poland and 12,000 funds from the Red James. Now, things are going to be heating up here pretty quick. Anti-air has decided to take the inward route in order to ward off the battlecopter. So now the battlecopter could potentially go in for a strike over here, start harassing these infantry. But if we go over here, then that essentially locks our battlecopter out of combat. So now we have to make a decision. Are we going to be attacking over here, or are we going to swing it over to the middle? Or is there something that the Red James has thought of, which is completely different, which is going to be massively annoying? Because we know that battlecopters are one of the most annoying units in Advanced Wars by Web. Wow, so we can see right here that tank got trapped. It is trapped, it is not going anywhere. So now the only course of action if we want to get this tank untrapped is to forego our own capture, attack here, tank gets out. But at the same time, this tank is not quite in position to hit this tank yet. So we could still get the capture, attack, maybe move infantry down here, possibly occupy mountain next turn, but there's nothing really stopping the Red James from just putting his own infantry on the mountain and occupying that tile. However, if we did that, that would sort of ruin the trap. So we also have the potential for a KO right here. So if we get that KO, there is definitely a possibility the tank is going to get away. So I'm very curious to see what is going to happen with this situation here. Red James goes in for a double attack over here, striking both infantries. Very, very strong hits. And now we bring the battlecopter into the center. I think this is probably the better of the two ideas, because now battlecopter is able to swing over here, forces anti-air to move again. If we did bring it over here, like I said, what could potentially happen here is just an easy move over here, and then battlecopter would be locked over there, unable to really assist in the fight after that point. Bust out another battlecopter and a tank and an infantry. Not too shabby. Alright, 20 units from the Red James right now, 17 from Poland. Poland is going to be able to purchase possibly 2 to 3 units this turn, but let's see if he can get any KOs. That's the real question here. Alright, so if we go for this KO, tank is open to a first strike. If we go in and attack right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, battlecopter covers this tile right here, which will in turn attack this tile right here. So Poland needs to make some critical decisions here. Do we get our tank out and just suffer a tank hit anyways? I don't know, man. I don't know. But we are going to be flipping some properties here. So 15-15 on the board. We are going to cap and join cap right here. Fresh 10 HP infantry right there, folks. Brings the tank up. Very interesting indeed. So we bring the tank up and we attack. This does open us up to a double hit. Copter hit, tank hit right here. Very, very troublesome. So we're going to attack another infantry. Take that man down to 3. Big old 70% damage. And bust out the battlecopter and double infantry. Battlecopter, I think, is a really good idea at this point. You got this battlecopter threat over here. Anti-air has been running around circles, so we definitely have to get some other air support over here. But because the anti-air is all the way over here, this side is now vulnerable to battlecopter combat. So Poland's going to be needing an anti-air over here, or some sort of counter to the air units. Otherwise, the Red James's units are just going to be able to walk down here and start capping properties. Boom. Just going for it, man. He is just going for it. He is capping that property. And we are going in for the double hit. Boom. Tank out of the way. And we get a double hit with 2 infantries. We take it down to 2. Take it down to 2, folks. That guarantees that this capture is not going to be going through. The Red James has been successful in stopping that capture. Now, we did lose a capture earlier, but that is okay, because we also have this capture over here. So it sort of balanced itself out. Being very bold with a tank over here, bringing it right up here. We only, actually, it's not really too bold. It's actually a very good position to put your tank, because we only have 1 tank that can attack this guy. And you don't really want to do that, because we got battlecopter right here, tank right here, tank right here. Now, if we had like a 2-hit on this, then maybe it could be possible. Maybe it wouldn't be too bad, but Red James has a lot of presence over here in the middle. So we're going to see what happens with this. Anti-air build, very nice. Tank build, very nice. And I think that is the end of that turn. So day 10. Day 10 already, folks. And we got some stuff cooking. What is Poland going to do now? We are 18 to 22. We have 3 tanks, 1 anti-air, 1 battlecopter, 13 infantry versus 4 tanks, 1 anti-air, 2 battlecopters. And we have 16,000 money. So we could potentially go battlecopter tank. That is a possibility. We could go battlecopter infantry artillery, but artillery are very, very bland against Javier due to the extra defense. Essentially, with a tower, Javier has 130% defense on all of his units versus indirect. So he's essentially, it's like attacking Canby, more or less. And I think we all know that attacking Canby is not a very good time. Alright, so we do snipe out an infantry. We get an attack on a tank. We get a nice little tank engagement over here, taking that man down to 5. We are going for an attack, folks. We take an attack on an infantry. We interrupt. We attack on a city. This guy's going to get healed up to 9, so that's not like the greatest attack, but we do slow down this push. Not really anything that we can do against the battlecopter at the moment. This anti-air is a absolute legend, just rushing right in here to attack. Now this is actually pretty nice because there's no tank that can actually effectively hit this anti-air minus this 5 HP tank. So let's see if this strategy pays off for him. Alright, we're gonna go anti-air tank today, so that's pretty good. I think that's probably the best course of action. We need to get that anti-air on the field, because like I said, if we don't get an anti-air to the counter this battlecopter, then he's just going to be running circles. He is going to be sucking blood out of all of these boys over here. Pesky little mosquitoes, folks. You gotta swat them down as soon as you possibly can. Otherwise, that's going to happen to you just constantly. Just non-stop infantry harassment. That's all it's going to do. Alright, so move a couple infantry. We do have a anti-air purchase here, so anti-air is going to be rushing down. Battlecopter moves down, attacks the tank, and we get a clear with the tank, so very nice. This is a beautiful defended position right now too. Infantry on mountain. This is 150% defense on this infantry right here. Tank right here blocking this tile. We only have 1 accessible route to attack it, so that's also pretty good. We don't really have a way to clear this infantry unless we move in with anti-air. Anti-air on city plus infantry should be able to clear the infantry. I believe should definitely be a possibility. So we'll see if he goes in for an attack like that. Red James isn't going to be fighting into this situation. He's going to be pulling back. He's going to be getting some heals. He's going to regroup and come back and fight another day, which is a pretty good strategy. Now, we definitely outnumber Poland at the moment over here. So, yeah, it's going to be up to Poland to sort of come up with a strategy of what to do here. So we're going to go with battlecopter attacking, and then we're going to go anti-air. So we get to clear that way, which is, I guess that's more or less fine. I mean, we could have went anti-air here and attacked and then infantry, and then we would also have the battlecopter. Battlecopter would have had to move anyways, so it really doesn't matter too much, but we are going to be rushing in and we're going to attack. Then we're going to use tower shield. Okay. All right, folks. We got Canby in the house essentially right here. We are going to block and we are going to capture a property. Nice. Are we going to be flipping this property? That's the real question. Let's see. Let's see if we can flip this property, folks. I don't really see a lot of attacks. We only have 1 line of attack to attack the tank right now, so we don't have an effective clear on that tank. We don't have an effective clear on the infantry unless we go in with battlecopter tank. Then we might be able to clear it, but it's got a buttload of defense right now, so we'll see if it is possible. All right, we get the clear and then we move in with double tank. Oh, are we gonna move in with double tank, or are we just gonna move in with 1 tank? Yeah, double tank it up, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right, We gotta rewind and go back. Boom. We are right here, double tanking it up, and then we move in with infantry. We go in with the infantry to get the interrupt, taking that man down to 7, attacking infantry on the side of the map as well, and now Red James has a very strong foothold on the map. And also, because he is the second player to pop his co-power, Poland is now going to have to attack into the tower shield as Javier, which is very difficult. It is very difficult to attack into that. Not the easiest thing out there, folks. But Poland is a master of the craft, so we'll see if he can come up with something clever to do here. Alright, busting up the battlecopters and moving up. We are going to attack because there's no point, because we are not going to be getting that capture. We are going to regroup in the middle. Okay, so yeah, it would be a fool's errand to attack into Javier during his co-power. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to take way more counter damage than you do actual damage, and then your opponent is just going to win the next day. So there's not really any point to do that, folks. Pull back, regroup, fight another day. That's how you got to do it, folks. All right, so we get the clear on the infantry. Adventurous copter moving up very, very far forward. Definitely going to get sniped out by these two battlecopters, like without a doubt. But we are going to be bringing another anti-air down. Could potentially occupy this tile. Then we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as long as we can clear whatever ends up going on this tile here, we might be okay, because we do cover this area right here. Now, technically, the battlecopters don't have to attack the battlecopter. They could go for the tanks, but you would find yourself in the exact same situation because we have 2 anti-airs right here. So Poland has got a little bit of a tough decision to make here as Red James comes down with even more battlecopter presence. Day 13. Whoa. 26 to 17 units right now too, so Poland definitely has to make something happen here. We're going in with anti-air versus anti-air combat, following up with a battlecopter. Double battlecopter strike, taking the anti-air down to 1. Not too shabby at all. This is a very valid strategy. So we sacrifice half a battlecopter to take the anti-air down to 1. Now our closest base, which is the airport, closest reinforcement, has very little counter. So the tanks may not be able to stay in this area for too long. Having to rush your anti-air up here in order to interrupt this capture is a little bit rough, because we do have a tank right here. Essentially, Red James could do the exact same strategy. Attack anti-air with tank, follow it up with battlecopter, and then still have free reign over here to do whatever he wants with the battlecopter. So very interesting to see here. Pull the other tanks back. Okay, so Red does have 1 attack right here. He can definitely move anti-air down, attack this that battlecopter. So that's definitely going to be happening, like without a doubt. Like if anything happens in this turn, that's definitely it. That's going to be 1. Take that guy down to 6, not too shabby. Boom. Easy clear. And then we move in with tank. Get a clear on that tank. Clear on infantry with the double attack here. Go in and capture property. Now he's going to move in with battlecopter and attack that, because let's just take a little gander at what sort of damage we could do. 22 to 29, counterattack by 4. We could go in for the attack, and it would definitely secure us basically an unstoppable victory on this side, but anti-air is just simply going to run away, and then we can take it out with the tank anyways. So maybe battlecopter might be more worthwhile in the center to start fighting these tanks over here. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to put it in the center. Busting out another anti-air. This is the flippin' anti-air show, folks. You gotta love it. You gotta love it, folks. Lots of anti-air presence. And it is day 14. Poland busts out the tower shield once again. Now he's sitting at 19 properties to 16. So while he is behind temporarily, this might not last for a very long time, because if you have the income, then you are going to be getting more vehicles. So you can get your battlecopter, tank, infantry every single turn. Red James sitting at 16,000 properties cannot do the battlecopter, tank, infantry turn every single time, but he does have money banked up, so at least temporarily he's going to be able to sort of contend with whatever Poland's throwing at him. And Poland goes up with the anti-air, clears anti-air, and ooh, clears the other anti-air. Okay, the battlecopters are free. Only has to deal with one battlecopter over here that could potentially attack the tank. But so far it is looking okay. So we are getting some clears and we are somewhat back in the fight here. Bringing the tank forward, attacking, big 70% damage. That's some big tank energy over there. Anti-air out of position over here. Can't actually strike this battlecopter. However, this one can. So we can swing up and attack battlecopter. We have the potential, but we bust out tank, infantry, battlecopter. And now we are back in the fight. 85,000 value to 76,800. But just around the corner here, folks, we got Tower Shield. And are we going to be seeing it? Yes, of course we're going to be seeing it. We are going to be seeing Tower Shield for days, folks, as the Red James busted out. Also 19,000 money in the bank here. And we get the battlecopter strike. Now, because it is Tower Shield on Tower Shield, we do not actually have a whole lot of damage here. Now, what we do have is a roll that looks like this. So because we have Tower Shield, it's only 59 to 65% damage, taking about 1 to 2 damage counter from that. So we do a decent amount of damage, but it's not really a whole lot. But either way, battlecopters, no defense, they are always going to be going down no matter what. Alright, so we take out anti-air, take out 1 HP tank, and we are moving in some infantry. We cannot actually get an attack on this guy. Now, actually, interesting. Let's take a gander here at the damage calculator one more time. Let's say we got Red James attacking this now. So we actually do even less damage now. Yeah, we probably don't want to go in and take that hit, but we have an easy hit on the tank right there to take, so definitely go and do that. And we go in and try to cap one of the properties in the middle. Alright, so we still haven't captured this property here, but I think it is going to be going through pretty quickly here. Like, without a doubt. Alright, so once again, Poland is going to be attacking into Tower Shield. Not the best scenario, but it is the scenario that we're in. So you got to make something happen, folks. Block it with the 1 HP infantry after getting a battlecopter strike here. Definitely in range of anti-air. Very unfortunate, but sort of out of options. Do have to make something happen here. Ooh, 7-7. Not the best trade out there, folks. Alright, battlecopter, tank, infantry every single turn. Poland's going to be able to bust this out every single turn from here on out. Ooh, and Red James going in. Ooh, doesn't attack this battlecopter. Very interesting. Has the potential to attack this battlecopter, but attacks this one instead. Now, I think maybe he's attacking this battlecopter so that he can get an attack on this battlecopter. Maybe do that so he can block this tile, protecting his tanks. Is that what's gonna... Yes. Oh, that's a nice little play right there. Gets the clear here. He has a very, very juicy target right here, but has the awareness to attack this battlecopter so that he can move here and get the block with this battlecopter. Beautiful play right there. That is looking mighty strong. 7 tanks to 4 tanks at the moment. Still gets to build the units. Ooh, and gets another tank down to 3. What are we going to bust out? What are we going to bust out? 16,000. It's definitely double tank day. Oh, no, it's battlecopter, double infantry day. Because this is what we do, folks. So we're in this situation right now, 17 to 26. We did manage to come back. So let's see what Poland can do here. It is like 18,000 funds in the bank. Not too shabby. Ooh, can we get this clear? Oh, we don't get the clear. Yeah, that is resigned territory here, folks. We played it on a luck roll, and we did not get the luck roll that we needed. Ah, very unfortunate indeed. Poland played a fantastic game. Red James just came in hot and took that #1 position here, folks. Alright, so out of curiosity, like, what would we have been able to do here? So let's say okay, so let's say we move here and we wait this guy, and let's say we got this clear. What would we have been able to do? We have two tanks. Like, we could have maybe moved here, got a clear, and maybe move here and got, like, I don't know, like maybe a 3-5 engagement right here. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Get a clear on an infantry for sure. And then we would have been in this kind of a situation, but this probably, like, we might not have attacked this guy too, so that's a possibility. So let's say we keep these guys at 7, and we just did that. We have a tank to block this tank. No real potential to clear this. Have 2 battlecopters protected. Maybe move infantry, clear this guy. But, like, I don't know. Like, at this situation, I think no matter what we did, it looks like Red James just had a fantastic foothold here. But we are just going to put a classy medium tank over here, capping the HQ, just because we can, folks. Beautiful stuff. Congratulations to the Red James, our current #1 player in the standard ladder in Global League. So enjoy your reign while it lasts, my friend. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one today. If you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye for now.